Well, you mentioned the hype, and speaking of Shedeur Sanders, remember, first game of the year, Prime says, wait a minute, Shedeur, hey, this is Shedeur from Jackson? You mean this is the kid from Jackson State, the one you questioned me about? And then Travis Hunter, he said they should both be Heisman candidates. So we were talking about Heisman candidacy in the first week of the season. Here we are now, about to head into October, late October, head into November, and in late October, and I see you have in your feed who's the Heisman belong to, or you're looking at the Heisman and do you have a favorite, or is there somebody who should get it and won't get it? Like, how are you looking at the Heisman race at this point?
Well, for the second straight year, I got a vote this year as a Heisman ballot. I shouldn't have said that, but the thing is, but I said it's out there now. I think I said so. The thing is, I had Caleb Williams up until 2 weeks ago, up until before that Notre Dame game. I was expecting him to win his second straight Heisman. Michael Penix has been incredible all season long, but then he faltered last week in that barely a win over a team that they should have been destroying, but they didn't. So right now, man, I look at the best player in the nation as far as I'm concerned. Michael Holly's not a quarterback. And this has been the year of the quarterback. All these great quarterbacks out there you're talking about, from Caleb to Michael Penix, Bo Nix. We talked about Shedeur. That's just in the Pac-12. We talk about Drake May. We talk about Jordan Travis. We talk about the kid at LSU right now. All those great quarterbacks out there. But Marvin Harrison Jr., the wide receiver from the Ohio State University, right now, I believe is the greatest player in the nation. If he had a comparable quarterback like he had last year, C.J. Stroud, don't get me wrong, Kyle McCord is okay. But if he had a great quarterback, he would put up unbelievable numbers. But I think Marvin Harrison Jr. right now, and I know he's not nearly one of the front runners for the Heisman Trophy, but out of everybody I've seen, this guy is unstoppable.
So are you allowed to talk about your vote? We already know you got a vote. Are you allowed to? We ain't trying to get you in trouble. We want you to hold on.
I might get it taken off. Let me shut up. I think I may have said too much.
We love Mike Hill. We love Mike Hill having a vote. But I'm glad you're making this this case, not necessarily a case, but at least bringing the attention to Marvin Harrison Jr. because, as you said, it's a quarterback award. It's kind of it's gotten boring now. I mean, the Heisman, it used to have more cachet to it only because it was more unpredictable. And I distinctly remember the years when a defensive player was in the running all year and you just didn't know if a defensive player might get it. Sometimes defensive player, a dominant defensive guy finishes third or fourth, and you're like, hey, you know what? That's progress. But now it's kind of become a quarterback thing. So, it's. I'm glad at least that you're talking about other positions. I like that. So
I'm trying to throw Devontae Smith. He won the wide receiver as a wide receiver a couple of years ago out of Alabama. Running backs were running in the past. But this year, with the year, the quarterback, and I forgot J.J. McCarthy. We'll talk about that in just a second because I didn't want to overstimulate you, Michael Holley, this early in the show because he may have been tipped off by a couple of things. We don't know if he's the next college Tom Brady, even though Tom Brady went to Michigan, which is kind of ironic.
Right up. No. I love that. I love it. I love that. Tom Brady went to Michigan. It's such a Michigan story. Michigan had the greatest quarterback of all time, Mike. They had the greatest quarterback of all time, and they're asking him to split time with Drew Henson. You can't make it up. They got the greatest quarterback of all time right there. His first year, he's fourth on the depth chart behind Lloyd Carr's kid, down there with the legacy kid on the depth chart. They got the greatest ever to do it at Michigan. And they're like, hey, why don't you split time with Drew Henson? And you wonder why you can't beat Ohio State legally. Hey, thank you for watching Brother from Another. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, go ahead and do that now. Don't forget you can catch us 3 to 4 weekdays on PeacockTV.com and on Sirius XM Channel 85.